This is the camera that most people use almost all the time. Why? Because it's accessible. You always have this thing with you. It's a phone. I'm not talking about the Apple iPhone necessarily. I don't care what phone you have. It's the one that you can pull out of your pocket and take a picture with. You can do video with it, and you can consume video with it. So why not make videos with it? And why would you need something like a red camera? Let's talk about it. A lot of people don't know the difference between resolution and sensor size, and some people say, well, really, I've got, I know that Aeroflex Classic shoots in 2.5K and my iPhone shoots in 4K, so why do I want a $40,000 camera? It's not just about resolution, it is about the sensor size. The sensor in one of these guys is tiny. Now that's okay for a lot of applications, but if you translated this to the big screen, it's not going to look that great. There are some people that have done films with these. So where is it all going? Pretty crazy to try to figure out and think where we will be 10 years from now. I think I'm going to be able to take a lens like this and mount it and do video, do photos, process large files. Is it going to be the same as this? Probably not for a long time, but that day may come, and it probably will. But years ago, if you had a creative bug and you wanted to record something, it was hard. If you wanted to have something that was of any quality, you were renting a studio for a bunch of money and jumping through a lot of hoops and getting somebody who could operate the equipment. Filmmaking was the same way. It was hard to make a quality film or even documentary without having a bunch of qualified people. These days, camera equipment, editing software, and microphones and all that stuff has come into a prosumer level to the point where you can get decent results. There was a television show that first used Canon DSLR cameras as their B and sometimes A cameras. It really kicked the door open for the DSLR revolution. Most people these days, including wedding photographers, use hybrid cameras. That way you're carrying a minimum of stuff with you. Hybrid cameras would be your DSLR cameras, your mirrorless cameras, point and shoot cameras, sometimes sports or action cameras. So what do I use? People are basically visual creatures. That's the reason why I think like home editing has become so popular and why it's worked. Things like Apple's iMovie has made it where people really have no excuse not to get out there and shoot something and edit it themselves if they really want to. As a matter of fact, there was a documentary film that was done on iMovie that actually was a winner at Sundance Film Festival. The whole thing was done on VHS tapes and iMovie. It was called Tarnation, and it was pretty amazing because it was all about more than just the story. Literally the content of the story and what was behind it. So let's move on to what I use. One of the first things I want to show you is my Fuji X-T3. Now this is kind of built out just a little bit. I have a cage on it, and I have a little video mic, mini mic on it from Rode, and of course I have a plate so that I can put it on a tripod. But this thing slims down to really very small, very light camera for what it can do. And this is the kit lens that comes with it. And I gotta tell you, the kit lens is amazing on this thing. It really is a great lens. I can do so much with it. This bag right here is a bag from a company called Hex. And what's cool is that you can just pull your camera right out from here. Of course, when I have it all built out with the mic on it, I have to take the mic off. But I can pop it out that way, or I can unzip it and open it up this way. I got my water in the way. I can open it this way. They make really, really cool stuff. And this guy just goes on your back, and it's got a place for a laptop. I'm not doing a deep dive on this whole thing right now in terms of reviewing it, but but you can put up to a 15-inch laptop in here. I'm gonna do a what's in my bag thing, but I've got a couple of bags, so it's gonna get a little bit crazy. So what's up next is my Osmo Pocket. This is my Osmo Pocket. This thing is amazing for what it is. This is in its case right now. I'm gonna show you what this thing does. You know, essentially this is like the smallest handheld gimbal like in the world. And again, I'm not gonna do a deep dive with this. What I'm doing is I'm just showing people what I have. And I'll just actually do a little bit of video for a second of myself. Actually, I can turn this guy around, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna turn it this way. And you know, you can see just how smooth this thing really is. It's really, really amazing. As a matter of fact, I'll get a shot of the Fuji camera with it. What I want to challenge myself to do in another video, use just this guy and an iPad Pro and deliver a video. That could be pretty cool. If I can do that, I could absolutely do it off of a motorcycle. If I can do that off of a motorcycle, I mean, why would I need to carry all this stuff? However, without going back to getting wrapped up in sensors, this sensor, the compression just looks better than the Osmo Pocket, depending on what you're doing. If you're just up close like this, not so much. As far as motorcycle gear goes, I use the GoPro Hero 7. Hands down, best sports action camera that there is that I know of. People will argue and say that there's the drift and stuff, and that's great if that works for them. This is just for me. The stabilization is amazing on this guy. I mean, this little sucker is incredible. Really great stabilization. And my light just fell. So far, my light has fallen, and then this battery went dead, so I had to go in the house and get one. And on the way, I saw a spider that, I thought they were all dead at this time of year, but no, this spider was big enough till I think it may have was gonna steal one of the cars or something. Freaking ugly. I hope it's dead. Damn, man, that thing's huge. Like, that big. Anyway, it depends on the subject that you're shooting as to what camera you're going to use, or what piece of gear you're going to use, what type of lighting. Sometimes you don't always need lighting. Well, you need light. But my point is this. These days, if you want to make a video, you can make a video. If you want to make a record, make a recording, literally there is a way to budget yourself that you could record a song yourself in your house, make a music video in your house, around your house, wherever, and put it out. So, what do I use? Okay, so I'm gonna grab you and show you around my garage, because I do everything in my garage. So this is a broad shot of my garage. I have a decent sized garage. Over there is my big messy studio. We're not gonna go in there today. This is what I'm using. Okay, first of all, I've got 3 of these aperture lights. They aren't expensive. The bang for the buck is insane. So I have 3 of those. I have one mounted over me as like a hair light. I have one coming off to the side. And then I've got this new light that just fell on me. This light right here is a Menic light. It's a fairly foldable light. It's got a great little controller right here. Most of my stands have gotten used. And then of course this is my baby, the red Scarlet weapon. I have a monitor that can flip around. I can see what's going on. And that's what I do to shoot videos over here. And that is my hex bag. And of course the Fuji. For background light, I've just got this sort of goofy light that you use for like in clubs or whatever, and it's just shooting like a green blue up against the wall over here. And then I've got these light panels. Although I think the light panels kind of blow out just a little bit. I'm not sure if I love them. And of course there's Jeeves. Can't do anything without Jeeves. This is where I lock up all my stuff. I created a little light scenario here. And it's where I keep my chargers and my cameras and my microphones for in here. Anyway, so this is kind of the area that I stand in when I just sort of just decide that I want to like just talk to the camera, because I don't want the lighting to get overwhelming. I can just kind of move it around, or I put it on a little tripod and then I can talk over here. I think this is my best side. I don't have the best side. Every side's bad, but it's the lesser of two evils, okay? As far as editing software, I use Final Cut Pro, and I use it on an iMac Pro. I love my little iMac. I think it works great. The new trash can's coming out by Mac pretty soon. I've thought about building a PC to do stuff, but then I really like Final Cut. I'm good at Premiere. It's changed a little bit, so I'm not as good at it as I used to be, because I've opened it up and I kind of got a little bit lost for a minute. As far as music, sometimes I get music from other sources. A lot of times I create my own stuff in either Logic or in Studio One, or I pull out old music that I've made from a long time ago. I've got a bunch of stuff on that I'm gonna bust out of nowhere. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you know when I'm putting a new video up. Take care of each other and keep rock alive.